Namaste and thank you for tuning in today. Today I'm going to be speaking about the third Yoga Sutra, Tadadrashtuhu Swarupe Vasthanam. This sutra literally translates to now the seer can be established in his own essential nature. This sutra is building on from the sutras that we just spoke about in the past, the last couple of sutras. So Patanjali really sees our essential nature, the essential nature of the mind, as being tranquil, like a lake high up in a mountain or a very tranquil lake without a single ripple. This is the inherent natural state of the mind according to Patanjali. Now this mind develops also upon it ripples, which we are trying to remove through the practice of yoga. Also, when we talk about the seer abides in his own essential nature, we are referring to the seer as the soul. And I just want to take a moment in this sutra, in this video, to explain the concept of soul or Atman as per yoga philosophy. And really the soul is something which is beyond time and space. The soul is something which is formless. It's a timeless essence or aspect of ourselves. So what I mean by this is we have to think about this through the prism of language, and language itself is limited in our ability to comprehend a concept like the soul. Language, we as humans invented or came up with language as a means of understanding our world. Language is very much required by us to understand things around us, to understand, to really make sense of what everything is. Language also is something that helps us to define something. So when you're able to define something, it is you clearly specify a boundary or a bracket or a basket over a concept, so that if it's something, it cannot be anything else. So language in and of itself produces polarity. So you can have the good, bad, evil, so on and so forth. These polarities can be created through language because you clearly define one aspect, and so it cannot be another aspect. So you can create a spectrum. Instead of having a spectrum, you can create clear delineation through language. Now also language is a form. Similar to we have physical forms, our body is a physical form, this table is a physical form. Our thoughts are also forms, we have thought forms. Language itself is a way of bringing the world into form. And so when we use language, which is a way of bringing the world into form, to define something that we are saying is formless or timeless, like the soul, it doesn't exist in form. Automatically, by using language to describe the soul, we are somehow losing the essence of what the soul really is. And in this process, the language of the soul, or the way we can identify the soul, is through direct experience. The way we can have an experience of the soul is through silence. So the language of the soul is silence, because thoughts by themselves are forms and they dilute the essence of what the soul is. Like I mentioned in a previous video, another way to also access that energy of the soul is through awareness. The soul, a sub aspect of the soul is simply awareness. Awareness that, for instance, if I tell you to put your hands out to the side and close your eyes for a moment and try to feel the energy or the pulsing or any sensation that might be arising in your palms without thinking about it. And when you do this exercise, you realize that it's not necessary for you to think to be able to direct your awareness. You can direct your awareness through thought, that, oh wow, it's an amazing sunset, let me look, and you're directing your awareness to the sunset. But it's also possible to direct your awareness to something without the use of thought. And so the soul can be seen as that which is lying, just preceding our thoughts, emotions, and belief systems, all of these things. So in this sutra, really we are, the idea is not that we have to stop thinking or we have to stop using language. Thoughts are very important to the way we exist, and so it's not that we are stopping to think, we are continuing to think, but we are just forming an awareness, a space between us and our thoughts. We are identifying more with our awareness, which is aware of us having thoughts, rather than with the thoughts themselves. So this is what essentially is our according to yoga philosophy, is our essence is our true nature, is to start identifying with this aspect of awareness rather than with the story of our life, with the thoughts, with emotions, things like that. I hope this made sense and was applicable to your life. Leave comments or questions below. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.